Hello everyone, welcome to my presentation which is about an industrial survey that we conducted in order to understand how developers search for architecture information. I'm Musengamana Jean Dodier, a PhD student in software engineering at Wuhan University. This research is published in International Conference on Software Architecture, and this research is a joint collaboration between Wuhan University and Monash University. Developers seek architecture information in various sources such as question and answer sites, and also developer may seek architecture information in offline books. Throughout this presentation, I will briefly talk about the 6 points, namely motivation, background, study design, result and findings, implications, and future work. The research shows that it is unknown how developers seek architecture information, such as methods and tools used. In this study, we wanted also to investigate whether dedicated approaches and tools proposed in the literature are being utilized in practice. In order to achieve the goal of this study, we conducted a survey which composed by 16 survey questions. And these questions were completed by 117 participants. We went on to filter out the invalid responses, and we got 103 valid responses which were taken for analysis. In this study, we targeted 5 research questions, and the first research question asked about the source developer use when seeking architecture information. The second research question asked about the purpose that require the developer to seek architecture information. The third research question concerned about method developer use to seek architecture information. The fourth research question asked about how developers assess the usefulness of retrieved architecture information. And the last research question concern the issue developer face when seeking architecture information. The result of RQ1 show that developers seek architecture information in various sources such as official documentation, search engines, online repositories, etc. We summarized the result of RQ1 in one key finding, and we observed that online question and answer sites and the online repository are the top 2 sources that are considered the most useful when seeking architecture information. The analysis of RQ2 gave us 2 types of results. The first type of result is about the motivation, specifically the purpose or task that motivates practitioner to seek architecture information. And the second type of result is about the difficulties, specifically the tasks that are difficult to get relevant architecture information. We summarized the result of RQ2 in 2 key findings. Practitioners frequently seek architecture information to learn about the pros and cons of certain architecture solution and to make architecture decision among multiple choice. Practitioners reported that it is difficult to get relevant architecture information for addressing quality concern and to identify relevant architecture information for making design decision among multiple choice. The result of RQ 3 can be summarized in two key findings. And surprisingly, practitioners use these three type of methods: automatic searching provided in existing tools, semi-automatic, and manual when reading offline books. We observed that none of the participants used dedicated approaches or tools proposed in the literature when seeking architecture information. The result of hierarchy 4 show that developer or practitioner assess the usefulness of architecture information using various factors. We summarized these factors in one key finding, which is most practitioners consider a useful architecture information to be well architected, relevant, and clearly described with architectural diagram. The analysis of hierarchy 5 gave us various challenges faced by practitioners when seeking architecture information. We summarized these challenges in one key finding, and we observed that most of the participants reported that they spend too much time to go through architectural information retrieved from various sources. As implication, we suggest researchers to develop and implement approaches, automatic approaches that can extract useful architectural information from various sources in order to assist the development activities. We also suggest researchers to systematically classify mined architectural information with the corresponding methods and tools used. Since the participants of this study reported that they faced issues related to the quality of architectural information provided in online sources, we suggest the researchers to develop a framework which can assess the quality of architectural information from online sources. We recommend practitioners to rely on the most useful sources reported in this study to determine the scope of searching when seeking architectural information. We also encourage practitioners to adopt dedicated approaches and tools for seeking architectural information. As a future work, we plan to establish issue solution pair through semi and automatic extraction and summarization of architectural information from various sources. We also plan to quantify the tangible benefit of the proposed approaches and tools in the literature. Thank you for your attention.